just bought 10 of the wildest custom Nintendo Switch 2 accessories. The kind that Nintendo does not sell. We've got some that your Switch 2 goes inside of, some that seriously upgrade your dock, and the last one is my favorite. It has my logo on it. Starting off with a mini TV for your Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, that sounds pretty exciting, right? This has come all the way from Canada, and what do we have? Oh, look at this. We got a purple 3D printed something here. So we have all these buttons here, and we have some cardboard inside, and I guess what happens is we have to insert the Switch 2 into here. Although I do have one complaint to the Etsy seller who sold me this. I think it's a little bit bent. Can I bend it back into place? I don't want to break it. Not really. It's not working. But anyways, what we do here is we just insert our Nintendo Switch 2 into here. Oh, and it slots perfectly. Oh, you know what? Look at that. It's a nice little Nintendo Switch 2 TV. Now, hopefully yours is not bent like mine is, but what you'll also notice is we have a bit of an area in the back for it to breathe. Maybe you can even put some little Nintendo figures in here. But there is a little spot where the Switch can breathe, and at the top as well, it's falling out all over the place. Is this a good accessory? No, but what I was gonna say is at the top, it can also breathe. All of the ports are exposed. But I mean, if it can fall out like that, I don't know how well I can rate this accessory. No part of the Switch 2 screen is cut off, which is nice. These little buttons don't do anything, so don't even bother trying to click them like I did. It's a cute little accessory though. I think I'll go 7 out of 10. It would be a lot higher, but I got a bent version, so hopefully the version you get isn't bent. I'm gonna contact the seller and see what we can do. Maybe they can redeem themselves, but hey, it's pretty dang cool. But next, if you're trying to make your Nintendo Switch 2 dock look a lot less boring, we have this. Oh, that's something. Okay, we got it sort of open. We have a bunch of little pieces. Okay, there's some serious assembly required for this one. And if you want a hint about what we got here, look at what that is. But this is essentially going to be a Donkey Kong dock set. Okay, well, let me go check the Etsy profile and see if I can figure out how to build this. Oh, what a fast forward transition that was. After about 20 minutes of being dumb, I built a thing. So what you do is you go ahead and slide this onto the Switch 2 dock, and then we can take these little barrel things here, put it in underneath this side as well. We can put this DK barrel on here, some other bananas too, even a Donkey Kong Country 3D printed cartridge. And don't get distracted in how good it looks. This is still a Nintendo Switch 2 dock. And if you pull out these barrels, you're actually able to find some game card slots, so you can store some games underneath the dock in secret, or just a big open space that you can store whatever you want down there. I'll leave that up to you to decide. But yeah, I was trying to build this thing and everyone on Etsy is like, super simple assembly. I'm like, what do you mean? This was difficult. No, but eventually I figured it out. Not too bad. This is one of many dock accessories that we have for today, and it might not even be the coolest one. But hey, I give this a 9 out of 10. I only knock off 1 point because either I'm an idiot or it was kind of hard to assemble. Next up, we got something a little bit smaller. This is a keychain, my friends, and you might think, how is that a Switch 2 accessory? And if I'm being honest with you, I don't fully know myself, but this is very nice. Peep my new Mario Kart World Nintendo Switch 2 keychain. You can attach this anywhere. I believe it opens up. Yes, it does. Now, I know the first thing that you're thinking. Max, Nintendo Switch 2 boxes are all red. This one is clear, but don't knock the accessory itself. I bought this from a seller who was still prepping the red boxes, and they weren't gonna be ready for a few more weeks, but I was like, hey, I want this for a video, I wanna show it off. Can I just get the clear box version of the Switch 2 box? And they said, sure. So if you want this, you will get the red box version, but even still, just the front and back of the game all in a keychain. It's about 2 inches tall, and I believe we can actually put a real Switch game in here, or or a micro SD card? Aha, look at that. Switch game fits perfectly, and as I said, there is a spot in there for a micro SD card. I'm not sure why you want this in a keychain. I feel like if you set your backpack down and somebody opens your Mario Kart World keychain, they might rob you. But hey, I'm putting this on my backpack. Don't rob me. I go 10 out of 10. I bought the clear version, but assuming the box is red, it's a 10 out of 10. All right, now for our next 3 accessories, I grabbed a couple of friends. Meet Joe, Tim, and Bob. I have the Switch 2 Pro Controller, GameCube Switch Online Controller, and the N64 Switch Online Controller. What is in these 3 packages? You'll see. Let's open up the first one here. The thing about custom packages, I mean, this one's fine, but most of them are hard to open. This one was actually pretty easy. We have a little something. Oh, what's that? We open our nice bubble wrap, and inside we have a 3D printed easy assembly. Watch this. Boom, bam. We put these little gray things in here. And then look, we can set our N64 controller, I believe, on there just like that. So we have custom-made stands for these controllers. It's nice and snug in there. Looks like a mini N64. Although I think I put these on backwards, but don't tell anybody. There we go. I think this is the right way because on the front here, you have the N64 logo. Beautiful, but don't forget we have GameCube and the Switch 2 Pro Controller. Now we take this package out and we got, come on, we have a pipe that looks like I took a bite out of it. That is for our Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller. So let's set all these up. We got the Switch 2 Pro Controller, we got the N64 controller, and we have one more to go right here. One other cool thing about custom accessories is there's always little fun papers in here. It stands with character. And so if we open this up, we do have some more assembly. Peel off these stickers. And with a bunch of stickers peeled off, this becomes very simple. You put one of these pieces in, the other piece in. You put the Nintendo GameCube no. Oh, I was missing a piece. Okay, I got the missing piece in there, and then you can just slot the GameCube controller into there, and there's a nice little spot to hold these areas. And look how much nicer my Nintendo Switch 2 controller display looks now. Y'all don't know about this, you know? And what's also nice is it says Nintendo GameCube on it. It says Nintendo Switch Online. It has the GameCube logo in the middle. We are set here. And these were about $15 each, but hey, for $15 to make my controllers look good and all proper, I'd say it's worth it. There was some assembly required, but nothing too difficult. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I would love if things came assembled. Next, we have something that I've actually wanted to own for so long, but just never pulled the trigger on it. Oh, I love bubble wrap, man. Ready? Well, I hope I have some Animal Crossing fans in attendance because this is I think a squeakoid? One of the gyroids from Animal Crossing, and it's a little 3D printed figure that can actually hold your cables. So, do you remember this N64 stand from earlier? You probably should. Well, while it's on its dock, you might want to charge it. So you'll plug it in like so, and then you just have this loosey-goosey hunk-a-junk cable all over the place. It could be all out like that. It's not a nice looking thing. Well, look, if we set the gyroid here, we can feed the cable through its arms. It's got 2 little slots to hold the cable. You can push it down in its arms. And look at how much nicer my situation looks. We have the cable from the N64 controller into my gyroid's hands down to the ground. And what's great is you can also use it for phone chargers, obviously, any sort of cable. There's no other rating I could give it than 10 out of 10. It's small, it's colorful, it gets the job done, and there's so many options. I'm gonna go set this up right after this video. Next, we have whatever this package is now. I think it came from a different country, so that means it must be good. What is this? Oh, these are an accessory I've been hunting for. These are custom and 3D printed Joy-Con 2 mouse shells. So we all know how the cool Joy-Con 2s can do a cool mouse mode when you play the Switch. Well, when you plop these into here, this makes mouse mode a lot more comfortable. So they click in just like that. And of course, your mouse mode will not be ruined because there are holes on the bottom for the Joy-Con 2 mouse sensor. So I can now play mouse mode like this. And does it feel like a real mouse? Kind of. It's definitely a lot more comfortable than using the Joy-Con 2s alone. So this mouse shell is a success. I think it's too much of a success. I can't stop smiling while using it. I mean, I never want to give everything 10 out of 10, but this is why you buy custom stuff, because it's made by the people who use these things for the people who use these things. And they detach very simply. I mean, oh, can I go 10 out of 10 again? I'm sorry. Yes, dock accessory. Oh, and thank the Etsy and Switch 2 gods, there's no assembly required. All right, so your dock just slides into here, and there we go. Simplest installation of the day. And now your Nintendo Switch 2 can pop in like so. But guess what? You can now take all of your Nintendo Switch 1 and Switch 2 games and put them in here. There we go, there we go. Let's fill this guy up. And so this actually holds 40 games. I only have 10 with me right here, but you can fill the entire thing up, and whenever you want to play, just take one out, open up the game card slot, pop it in, and you're playing. Also, if you have 40 games, this is a major flex. Your friend comes over, oh, look at that, Jimmy's got 40 Switch cartridges. But overall, it's just handy. It's one of the nicer dock upgrades you can get. Couldn't be simpler. Take it out, pop it in. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's still not the coolest dock that we have to show yet. But finally, my friends, this is gonna be my favorite accessory. This is a custom M-Swizzle Nintendo Switch 2 dock cover. So taking this out, we have a nice purple M-Swizzle base, and then we got the blue M-Swizzle logo face plate. So all we do is we plop the dock into here, and then there's a slot to put the cover. So you pop the M-Swizzle edition into the front there, and look at that. I have the only M-Swizzle dock in the world. I'd be concerned if anybody else had one. And let's go ahead and complete the look here by docking the actual Switch. This is the M-Swizzle dock. I should sell these things, man. But the seller was super nice and actually also sent over another accessory. This is a 1-up, and we can actually unscrew the 1-up. Yes, his head is getting larger. If you did not know, folks, you can unscrew 1-ups in Mario games. He's got a big head. And then inside is actually just the exact same thing that we looked at earlier. I now have 2 Nintendo Switch 2 Pro Controller holders. I mean, these are the exact same thing, but hey, kudos to that seller for including it with this dock. M-Swizzle dock, am I not gonna give this 10 out of 10? I have to, right? But folks, all of the links are down below in the description if you do want any of these. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, click around here to subscribe and watch another Nintendo Switch 2 video from me. Otherwise, I'll see you all soon. Adios.